What is up? See if anybody jumps on here. Maybe we'll get a couple people here watching. We got quite a few NASCAR cars to test. So that's what we're gonna do. We got some super heavyweights here. We got some not so heavyweights, but we got a lot of cars that can potentially be real fast. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run these bad boys, see what they got. But first, while I wait, we'll give some people a chance to see that this thing's going. Maybe we get one or two people on here. Ghost Driver, Peter B, what's happening? Before I get the tournament rolling, I'm gonna test a couple new cars that I've been wanting to run. See, I have a package with them in it somewhere. Where'd I put them things? Oh, these two right here. Bam. A Kia Stinger and the Toyota 2000 GT. I actually have them, a couple of them already cracked open, already graphited. Man, this Stinger right here is pretty sweet little ride. Good looking detail. Look at the headlights on that bad boy. I think it's got some potential to have a little speed. We'll find out here in a minute. It's my normal live broadcasting time right in the middle of the night, 2:15. Other one, this one right here, this is one of the Olympic 2020 not happening cars. But I like that S2000, pretty sweet little deal. So we're going to test them, and then I'll show you what all we got as far as NASCAR cars. I've got actually my top 14 down there too. We'll show you those. It's probably going to end up being a little bit long, but whatever. We'll put these in the gate. Give me just 1 second. I've been super busy getting some cars sent out. Sub 4 RA's got the truck series about to start. Had to get those things built. And when you're building multiple cars, it takes a little bit of time. What else did I just get sent out? League of Speeds hosting drag races. Did not get mods built for it, but I got my stock sent out, so they should be there in plenty of time. Big Poppy's gonna be starting this weekend, and check out Your Nightmare Racing if you don't, because he's got some cool races coming up. Alright, let's test these things. That's 2000 and the Kia Stinger. That's 2000 jumped out on him. Stinger with a pretty good time, a 21:16 for a new car, not too bad. I've had those Jags run 2090s or something like that. But 21:16, not bad. It seemed to get a real bad start out the gate. See if it does any better here. Your Nightmare, you saw he sent some cars to me not too long ago. So I have returned a favor to race against his cars at his track. Race 2. Same situation, 2107. It's getting there, not too bad. So you definitely might want to pick up some of these Kia Stingers. Just a quick little graphite job. Got them spinning pretty good. So let's put them over here. Cars that need to be raced or put up or whatever. Only cars left I got of the loose cars to race a big group are the Porsches there. Got a few vans and some fantasy cars, but anyway, Your Nightmare. I sent him one of my fastest cars to race, one of my 442s. I sent him a funny car. What else did I send him? Firebird laser wheels. I did not, but I actually cleaned it. How about that? I watched back a couple of live streams and saw it looked pretty terrible. So, actually took some good cleaner, cleaned off the lens of this iPad Pro. These are the cars we got. I've got the heaviest 16 cars are going to be on the far side. The lighter ones on the near side. These 51 Kool-Aid cars are heavy and can be fast. I weighed them all 61.4 grams. He's racing the lightest car to start with. This is a Racing Champions at 29 grams. He's going to get smoked. This old Cornet Stalker is pretty heavy. It's 50. What else is heavy? Everybody probably already knows this T-Bird is actually the same casting as that Kool-Aid. 61.6. This is the lighter of these cars. This is the Lumina version. It's 42.8. These right here, super heavy. You've seen one of these of mine run at Diecast Racer X, 62.3. All these are new to be tested on the list, except for this one, which was on the list, and for some reason I had it out, so I threw it in the tournament. Most of these are fresh, cracked. I bought them that way. Some of them I just cracked tonight, like all these Matchbox. But they're fairly light, they're usually about 36 to 38 grams. But that's the lineup. Let's see what else I got that's new. I saw the black version of that. Here's the Black Walls version, but it's got a plastic base. Not really expecting a lot. Got one of this car in the list. Let's check out the list, actually. There's my top 14. There's the champ. Also this year's NASCAR mail-in champ at Diecast Racer X. But we start down here. Number 14 is that Pro Circuit Mark Martin. Hot Wheels 13, 12, 11. There's that Oakwood car at 10. And he's only 40 grams. So we get up here, starts to be some killers. Kool-Aid. Another Pro Circuit Mark Martin. That is the freak out of all of them that I had. I had about 20 of them. And we got the Lumina. Those cars can be crazy fast at 28. Talked about my picture being crisp. Now look at it. Ha. Terrible. Actually, 2 Luminas, second and third. And then that, like I said, that Kool-Aid's up at the front. I think to get on the list, you got to run in the 2080s. So we'll see what cars even come close to qualifying, but let's get it going. Let's reset the timers first of all. Peter B, if you still in here, good to see you in some races, man. Saw some of your cars out. I know you're just getting started and mailing in cars, kind of get you a starting point. You kind of did get your ass kicked a little bit, but shoot, I've been getting my ass kicked lately too, so don't be ashamed of that. Some crazy fast cars out there these days. Race 1. Man, that Racing Champion's a little faster than I thought. 2097 to 2122. That's kind of crazy. We're going to swap them up. Didn't think that was going to happen. Yeah, it takes some time building some mods, but you'll get there, man. You just put the time in. Race 2. There we go. Kool-Aid sped up a little bit. 2083. That car will be challenging the list probably. This car will be out. So moving on, Kool-Aid. Yeah, I'm thinking about sending cars back to Diecast 64. Hey, look, who's that? Gotta check my stream because sometimes they suck. Hadn't been there for quite a few months since, man, I just had so many cars get damaged in the mail out there. It's just crazy. Put in a bunch of time to build cars, or you can send a stock that you've had to go through tons of cars to get. Just don't want to do it anymore. Alright, here we go. Race 2. Matchbox, getting it done, a 2089. Yeah, I was an every week racer at Diecast 64 for a couple years, but just got frustrated with cars getting damaged, so I've been away for about 4 months. But I'll be back. I'll be trying to compete for some wins. Got a few trophies from there last year for the end of year totals, but not gonna get them this year because I didn't race all year. Race 2. Matchbox runs 220/80s. That's a fast little car, and the heavier car goes down. Out. Not great times for that, but these, if you've watched my videos before, gold wheels on these things are pretty quick. This is the Pontiac Stalker. Got a tough matchup next round. Next up, I think this might be the one Nick Devers runs actually at a Diecast 64 lightweight car, racing a heavyweight. Here we go. And I was really wanting to get cars into the League of Speed, some mods. Did not get it done, just been too busy. But maybe my stocks will give them some hell. We'll race one. We tried to run them down at 83 to a 93. That's a fast number 11. Don't have a whole lot of those that are quick. Let's see, what else did I send to your nightmare? I sent a F40 and a Silver Bullet. And I actually built him a mod for a gift. And then I sent 2 Red Pill mods to race him out there. Good race. Like the Hot Wheels 41 came back and got him, but not enough, man. 89 and he lost. We'll put him in the losers, but we'll put him over here so we can remember he was pretty quick. But not just am I going to be racing him out there. I don't know if you watch Your Nightmare, but also going to be racing 2 other people. Kit Racing, which I think he's pretty new, and Bobby D. Bobby D, Mr. Johnny Lightning himself, are sending a lot of the same castings. Also a Porsche. He's sending his fast Porsche laser wheels. So I sent a fast Starburst wheels out to run with him. Look at that Matchbox, boy. 2087. That's crazy. So, if you have watched Bobby D, you saw he got a Johnny the Lightning Silverado that he's super excited about. He's sending that out there. So I'm going to be, actually already sent my cars out, but my car's fast. I'm sending in a 50th anniversary F-150 I've got that's pretty damn fast. Yes, he is, man. Johnny the Lightnings are hard to find fast, man. I buy so many that are crap. But he seems to find some pretty fast ones. We're going to find out, because that Silverado is going to be facing one of my fastest trucks, F-150. Next up, I have never had this car. This is Impala, I believe, the Danica Patrick version. 34 grams are really light, and he's got to face one of these damn Kool-Aid cars, so we may only see one race with this one, but that's fine. Kool-Aid gonna be a 1. The number 7 gonna be in lane 2. Race 1. Yeah, we don't need to do that again. One and done. I think I don't know exactly what Kit Racing has as far as speed, but I'm sending some stuff that's, I think it's gonna, well, the 2 fastest cars I sent were my Laser Firebird, which is a freak, out of 10 or so that I've, maybe 15 that I've got. It's the fastest by far. It's my number 2 on my Camaro list, so If you've watched that, you know how fast those cars are. Number 1 Lumina against the new Circle Tracker, the red version. Lightweight car, but it could get them. Here we go. Race 1, let's go. Pretty close, 2107 to 17. That's not going to get it done in the next round. But might not even get it done to make it to the second round. By 1/100th. Here we go, race 2, Hot Wheels Matchbox NASCAR tournament. Let's go. Got him. 06 to a 16. Both ran consistent. 2116, not bad for the new casting. Pretty good looking Circle Tracker. Might not be a bad one to build if you're going to race it sub 4 RA. But we'll see what happens with that. There's your winner moving on. Man, there's some fast cars already in the next round. Next matchup, another heavy beast. T-Bird 60.70s racing. 41 gram Hot Wheels Pepsi 400. Could be fast, could be garbage. We will find out in a minute. Hey look, it's from the Ghost Driver. This was from King of the 5 Packs for sure. I'm gonna race that Pepsi 400. Ghost Driver. King of the 5 Packs car moving on to race another day. He has been graphited now though, so it's gonna be a lot faster. Oh yeah, 2084. One and done with that one. Man, I want to race it again though, just because I feel like that other car could be faster than that. It just didn't get it done. So we're gonna do it again because it's my track, is my rules. That's the way it goes. Race 2 is probably already over, but let's see if he turns a little bit better time here. Nope, not at all. Disappointing. For some reason, the Chevrolet castings on these just don't get it done. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some out there, but overall, the Pontiac seemed to be the fastest, and the Ford seemed to be second. Alright, the first one of these that I ran was kind of bent up. This one here is in pretty good shape. Could be quick. Another one of those gold-wheeled Matchbox. 37 grams. I like them wheels. Let's see if it does it. Start with that T-Bird. It's the same, I believe, the same casting as those Kool-Aid and those maroon number 11 cars, but it's got a plastic base. But as you saw on the list, one's sitting at number 5, so it doesn't really matter that much. Race 1. Wait. 97 to a 99. The Matchbox takes the first one. Kind of surprising. Sometimes these these ultra hots, it seems like takes a little bit of time to break them in. Race 2. Well, he ain't got the time to do it today because he's done. I thought that both of those cars are out. Crazy. And so far, all of the Matchbox have moved on, even though they've been lighter weight. All advanced. Next race. This is one of those Christmas cars. I think it had an ornament or something attached to it. I don't know. Pretty lightweight. Got his hands full. Racing this monster right here. 62.3 grams of potential speed. Let's get it. Christmas ornaments in one. That black Lumina in two. Man, both pretty good times. That Christmas car did pretty good. 91 to 83. Had a few cars run low 80s. Nobody's busted into the 70s yet. Let's see. Swap them up. Race. Go. Ooh, we was close to doing that 2080 to a 91. Merry Christmas, you out. So far, the heavy cars I thought would move on are moving on. Next up, older circle tracker. Those crazy wheels against one of the heavy Pontiac Hot Wheels. This was Richard Petty. Notice was Bobby Hamilton. How about that? Old Bobby Hamilton. Never did much of nothing, old Bobby. There we go. And make sure y'all subscribe to Your Nightmare, cause I am sending him the Mad Counter. Just want him to run it against his fastest mod so he can see how far he's got to go. Race one. That was quick. And there's a car in the 70s, 2076. So far the fastest car yet. One and done on that one. Peace. Now that's a good matchup right there next round. Next up, it's that 40-gram Oakwood. And some of these Oakwood cars are crazy fast to be so small, so light. There's that Pro Circuit Kyle Petty. Spin the wheels, get that excess graphite out of them. Kind of important. If you get too much jammed in the hubs, it will slow them down. That's why some of the graphite that you buy is pretty much garbage for these things, because it'll just clog them wheels up. Get too big of pieces in it or something. Pro Circuit in 2, Oakwood in 1. Smoked him. No reason for a second one there. 2089, pretty quick time for the Oakwood car. Lightweights moving on. So far we've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We've had 4 of the lightweight cars move on. That's not too bad. Next up, this came in a 2-pack with this one. So let's see what it's going to do. It's super light, 36 grams. Let's race another one of the monsters. This number 11, 61.3 grams. This one actually kind of a weird color variation. It's kind of orangish. Here's Lewis M. I don't know. Did the other ones say that? I have to check after this race, because I've never noticed Lewis M. The fuck that is. Alright, race 1. This could be pretty interesting. Here we go. Look at that, blew by him. Lewis didn't keep his foot on the gas, I guess. The blow by from the lightweight. Look at these others. Does Lewis drive those too? He sure does. Look at that. Didn't know old Lewis was driving those. I would have never heard of the guy. He's been terrible in this one. Number 32. Here we go. Man, I don't remember what he won on the first one. We're going to have to swap them because I don't know what the averages were. Wasn't paying attention. So we're going to run them again. Same cars. If it splits again, we'll go on averages. 32, number 11. Starting from scratch. Both of them won in lane 2. See if that trend continues. Ooh, he barely got him. 4 1,000s. Both of them running in the 80s. That's fast. Swap them up. 32's got to win by more than 4 1,000s to move on. Our old Lewis goes on. We'll go race 2, actually race 4. Let's go. Same result as the first time. 32 moves on, 11 is out. Another one of the lighter weight cars advancing. So far 3 of the Matchboxes have actually advanced. Will we get a 4th? This one 36.5 grams. Not a whole lot lighter than the Richard Petty 42. Is this Richard Petty? Nope, this is John Andretti. Let me reset the timers. Oh, John Andretti. He's even worse than Bobby Hamilton. John Andretti in lane 1, the Matchbox. I actually cracked all 4 of these Matchboxes before we started. Graphited them up, so they were brand new. Here we go. Well, that was not even close. Timer malfunction, didn't matter. That car was fast. This car was not fast. Kind of terrible. That 43 STP moving on. All these cars are freaking good, fast cars. Man, the second number 32 has drawn a tough assignment. He's 36 grams. He is racing the 50-gram Hot Wheels Penske car driven by Johnny Benson. Oh, Johnny Benson. Another terrible driver. Johnny Benson gonna be in 1. I think that's Ricky Craven in 2. Oh, Ricky Craven, Johnny Benson. Here we go. First one goes to Johnny Benson by 11 1/1000ths. Both a little bit slower. Johnny Benson, Ricky Craven. He should win this one too. Lane 2 ran a little hotter than 1. Here we go. Yep, and you got to run off that bottom of that track, a 2080. Breaking that new graphite in on him. That Tad car's out. Heavy cars back on a 2-race win streak. Next up, Pro Circuit Mark Martin. 2 of these are in the top 14, so it could be quick. 42 grams against the orange version, Blackwall 76. Man, I've actually got 3 more of the Kool-Aid cars, the blue Kool-Aid cars somewhere, and 1 red one, which I don't think I've ever ran a red one. The red one has a plastic base, which is kind of weird. And I had them all together, but when you got a 1-year-old running around, they don't stay where they're supposed to be. Here we go. Blackwall's not too terrible. But he's one and done. A 2087, pretty good from old Valvoline Pro Circuit. That first Pro Circuit did not make it out the first round. For some reason, all the faster Pro Circuit NASCAR cars I've got are the number 6, Mark Martin. 1 more race in the first round. Brand new casting. The new Impala. Good looking car. I like it. But you better look at it now, because he's racing another one of these monsters. Beast mode, 61 grams. Man, this thing's going to be tough. No way. No way he's beating Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Man, that Kool-Aid sucked. But he still won and done him at 21:34. Not very fast for the Impala. But, man, we got some fast cars in the second round. Some good matchups. And some of these 2 of these number 11s ran really quick. I've tested so many of these and they've been garbage. So I'm kind of surprised at how good they've done. But will they make it past the next round? They both are facing a Matchbox. First race, the Pontiac Stalker against the Kool-Aid. And these Kool-Aids are just heavy. And they seem to be a little faster than those number 11s, probably because of the wheel that they got. They got those like 7-spoke racing tires. There we go. Ooh, we got smoked. Matchbox drove around him by 10/1000. Shocking. But that's the wheels they got, but it didn't help. They did not outrun these gold Matchbox. Man, these things are crazy. 2089. Here we go. Race 2. Got him in both of them. Kool-Aid, disappointment. Terrible. Out. Didn't expect that. Matchbox moving on again to the 3rd round now. Next up, number 11 against another Matchbox. It's a T-Bird Stalker versus T-Bird Stalker. Here we go. Number 11, the heavy, against number 17. In the gate. Race 1. Let's go. That's a pretty fast time, a 2083. I don't think the Matchbox is going to be able to do nothing with that. But he did keep a fender beside him. If you get gapped, you definitely one and done. He did not get gapped. There's some pro circuit cars. That's what they look like. Man, I should have cracked that one. I've not raced it. Never have had one. I should have put him in this tournament. Damn it, forgot about that one. Oh well. Race 2. There we go. And close race. Number 11 went around him. Kind of impressive though by this guy. I'm going to stick him over here just because I like it. He's going to move on to race another Matchbox in round 3. Next up, Impala versus T-Bird, Kool-Aid, and Hot Wheels. I'm trying to think of what races are coming up. Got my trucks all done for Sub 4 RA. I know there's some more stuff coming up. I have to look at Redline Derby and find out. Race 1. Kool-Aid takes the first one. And they just not turning fast enough times on here. Kind of disappointed in all these cars. Didn't find, I didn't find it. Actually, my brother, Mr. Mathis MDG Racing, I guess found it. A new Fat Track racetrack on YouTube. We may be sending some cars too. Here we go. Kool-Aid did not win, but he won by enough in the first race. He's moving on just barely, but kind of terrible performance for old Kool-Aid here. I was expecting more out of him. Let me see if I can find what the name of that place was real quick. It was... One second, I'll look and see real quick. Sorry, bear with me, because now I gotta know, I gotta remember. And I don't remember, so I gotta look it up. Where is it at? Transport Diecast, that's what it was. Check them out on YouTube. They got a pretty good little track set up. Looks like it runs super smooth. Next up, Gold Wheels T-Bird against the number 11, the second one that made it to the second round. He's gonna be in 1. The fast Gold Wheels in 2. I'm not seeing a big threat on this in this tournament for the list. Let's go. 83 to a 91. That's probably the fastest of the T-Birds we've seen. So the fastest car so far has been, I think, that what was it? John Andretti, or whoever, race 2. He got him just barely. Other Matchbox out, but pretty decent times for the lightweight. Maybe something to mod in the future. Seeing a trend here. A bunch of heavy cars going to the 3rd round. This is a fast matchup here. This was, I think, the fastest car in that first round, 50 grams. Facing the heaviest car in the whole race, 62.3 on this Lumina. Thing's a monster. A fucking monster. But, I mean, these might be the fastest 2 cars in the whole tournament, actually. Got to find out which one is faster. Race 1. Woo, woo. 81 to 83. It's a little bit Hot Wheels versus Matchbox. Didn't have as many Matchbox. And now we're down to just 1 in the tournament. I think these cars right here are both fast. 2081 for the heavy versus 2083. Swapping them up. Might be the fastest 2 times of the 2nd round right there. Race number 2. Oh, did he go around him? He sure did. There it is. Man, STP is out. But I think he ran fast enough to race for the list later. Which is where I'm putting these cars. All pretty quick. Moving on to Black Lumina. Next up, 2 lightweights, but fast cars. Across the board, any Oakwood version of this car I've got. Don't know why. It's a Monte Carlo, and they just generally aren't fast in these cars, but for some reason the Oakwoods are. I don't know why. But we're about to see if he's got enough to get past that tied 32. Race 1. Couldn't run him down. 4 1,000ths for the tied car. Both of them ran better times in the first round. Race 2. Swapping them. Here we go. Going by more than 4 1,000ths to move on. And it's a tie. I'm gonna have to run it again. Tie on averages. Swapping them up. That's about a little bit slower than round 1 for both cars. I don't know what makes them inconsistent sometimes. Here we go. We got him by more that time. 8 1,000ths win for the Oakwood car into the 2080s. That's closer to what he ran in round 1. We'll swap them up. Kind of funny, lane 2 was winning more earlier. Now it seems like lane 1 seems to be running a bit better. So I do not mess with this track anymore as far as leveling it out or anything, because I know it's about as perfectly even as you can be as far as lanes go. Oh, gotta reset this timer. There it goes. Here we go. Race 2. And Oakwood got him. Nope, he was close, but he won on average. 32 is out. Oakwood gonna be moving on. Got his ticket to elimination, his punch for the next round. There's the 50 gram number 30. Johnny Benson against John Andretti. 42 grams. And not very many talkative people, man. Everybody's jumping out. This live stream must suck. Usually have a lot more people than this. I think I got 3 or 4 in here. Nobody commenting on this garbage. Race 1. 85 to a 93. 8 1,000ths win. We're going to swap them up. I feel like I'm getting kind of stale with the stuff I'm putting on here. If anybody's got any kind of races they would want to see, let me know. I can always set back up the rest of my fat track. If anybody wants to see some of that kind of stuff. I don't know, I need to do another mod video. I guess people seem to like that kind of stuff. And he wins them both. I do want to do a video showing how I build my axle jigs and what kind of axle jig I use. I don't use anything like what most people do. Final race of round 2, Pro Circuit Mark Martin against Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. I may show you one of those in just a minute actually. Here we go. It's for everybody that's hung out. If y'all care. Here we go. Race 1, Kool-Aid and Mark Martin. Here we go. Mark Martin on the big end runs by him. 89 to a 97. Or 87 to a 99. I don't know which it was. Which might matter because it might cause it to be a tie. Here we go. Race 2. Oh yeah, killed it. Peter Reed. That's funny. Appreciate it, brother. 2081, by the way. Man, that's a fast Pro Circuit car. Another disappointing number 51, driven by the big man. What a big man getting his ass kicked. I did not think there'd be 2 of them out by the second round, but sure is. There we go. Pro Circuit moving on. There's the final 8. A little bit surprising. Didn't think that 6 or 33, and especially not number 10, would make it this far. Racing Champions NASCAR cars are not good. Not if you're trying to find something that's super fast. I ran the first car that raced in this tournament was a Racing Champions, and that's probably the fastest one I've ever ran. I ran a 21:26 or something like that, which I was impressed. Actually, the early Racing Champions cars, very terrible, very slow, but they do have a metal base. Race 1. Look at that Matchbox getting it done, boy. 2081 to 88. Actually, the car that I won the championship with last year at Sub 4 RA was built from a Racing Champions. And the reason I ran it was because it's got a metal base, and it's got a pretty big metal base. It's heavy, so most of the weight would stay down low on that thing when I built the mod, and that I think really helped it stay on its wheels on his tracks. Here we go. Ooh, boom. And number 11 killing it on the second race to come back and win. I've got a bunch of these damn cars, and none of them are elite. Maybe I finally got one. Impressed with that car though. 37 grams, that thing ran good. Next up, heavy versus heavy. 60.7, that's the other T-Bird stalker. And 61.1 for the last Kool-Aid. Garbage. Disappointing Kool-Aid cars. There we go. Here we go. Did find out there's some rule changes at Diecast Racer X for the end of year modified races. Race 1. Man, that car's fast too. The car last year that I built and sent in, the Hurricane Camaro, set track records in every round, and he has been banned. He will not be allowed to race this year. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of damn crying going on about it. This is him right here real quick. Record-setting car. But he is now banned and will no longer be racing at Diecast Racer X. So he won't be allowed, no SUVs allowed, no kind of modified like stretch cars like that at all. Race 2. Alright. Kool-Aid. Done. So I gotta build something else to send out there. Well, I don't really have to build something else, but I will, because he is allowing regular, any kind of trucks, which I've got some monsters, but I've got a bunch of F-150s here that are lighter weight. I may redo. I don't know. Hadn't decided what I'm gonna build. Got to build something else to go out there. Try to run them boys again. I'm sure claiming it's going to be out, and damn, the times they were running on the 4th of July drag race, which I missed. Better build something fast. Race 1, this is the lightweight Oakwood, and the heaviest car in the tournament, that black 76. Timer is not ready. Thing keeps wanting to not reset. There it goes. I really need a better timer system. Here we go. Wowza. Man, that was a good race right there. 6/1000ths. Barely winning from the 76 car. Swap them up. Maybe I'll build one of them XJs. Well, I think it was a Corvette that won the 4th of July drag race, if I remember right. Didn't watch it all the way over and over like I would have if I'd have been in it. Race 2. Yep, 76, ran him down at the end. But again, Oakwood for a lightweight car, 40 grams or under. He's actually 40.5. Usually they'll get in mail-in races 1 to 2 gram over, just for difference in scales. So he would probably qualify for any of the 40 gram races, and he did damn good. To only lose to that car is pretty impressive. I wouldn't have thought 211s would make it to the finals, but the final 4, but they have. Next up, Pro Circuit and John Andretti. I would have thought John Andretti would have made it. There we go. Mark Martin, John Andretti, to go to the final 4 in this 32 car tournament. Let's get it. Fastest time we've seen right there. 2076 to an 87. Pretty fast for Martin too. Race 2. I was wondering, man, that Mark Martin car's been fast and he was getting left, but I see why. What's MDT doing at Redline Derby? Oh, he's doing. He's hosting the Charger Summer Race. Unless it's something else I don't know about. Mark Martin takes the second one, but just barely, and he loses on averages. That sucks for him because that was a good time. I am in Charger Summer, but my cars are garbage. I was actually in the process of building them. Forgot I was going out of town that week. Took them with me on the road to finish them up, and I mean, I knew they weren't going to be competitive for the win, but when you promise your buddy you're going to be racing in his race, and I had promised League of Speed I would be in, I had to send something. So actually there's a couple more that I had been working on. Probably can't even see that one. This was the best looking one. Black Charger. And this bad boy is pretty sweet, but I just didn't have time to get him running real good. This was a either M2 or a green light. I don't remember. And I actually built one with laser wheels, one of the classics, but it was actually pretty quick, I believe. Got a bent wheel, and testing them laser wheels just aren't that tough. Final four, let's finish this thing up. Is that the one you were talking about, Mike? The Charger Summer? Look at that, the Ghost Driver. This car is still in it. Race 1, Ghost Driver against No Driver. No Driver takes the first. Swap them up. 4 1000s. Actually, one of the cars that I have in that Charger Summer Race is a stock. Just because it wouldn't outran the shitty mods I threw together, so, or whatever. Tie in the second, so based off the first race, moving on. So it looks like the one that was a little bit different color was slower. So if you see an orange one, don't know. First car in the finals, there it is. He's gonna race the winner of these two, probably the fastest 2 times. I know it's the fastest 2 times that we've seen. Have been these two. That black 76, which is actually number 2 on my list also. Oh yeah, he is doing that. I forgot. Oh yeah, I need to get something out there to him. Damn, I forgot about that. I knew there was something coming up. Appreciate it, fellas. Yeah, I'll be out there. I gotta throw some cars together. So there'll be 2 cars I gotta get out there. All right. I need to do that then. I guess actually I've got one. I think I'll send race 1. Ooh. First race goes to STP by 7 1000s. I've actually got a couple. I don't know. I want to build something fresh. I just haven't had time to build any new lighter cars for regular stuff. I don't know. I'm just disappointing myself. God. Yeah, I'll go check out Red Line Derby. Actually, I'll just shoot MDG a message here when this is over. Here we go. STP takes them both in the 2070. That car is pretty damn quick. We already got one of those in the list too right there. Is it the same car? Slightly different. A little bit different. This one's a Red Lobster sponsored car. Making me hungry. Title match right there. All of these cars ran in the 2080s, so at least one run. Pretty damn impressive. We'll see where the winner of this tournament goes on the list. Yeah, I remember me and MDG and League of Speed have a little group chat, and we were talking about it last weekend. Actually, last week, before the weekend. I had just forgot. What'd you send in, Mike? Race 1. SGP got him by 2 1000s. What kind of cars did you build? So we'll swap them up. Just curious. Alright. Number 43 with a 2 1000s advantage for the win of the tournament. Race 2. Here we go. Got him. 2075. That car's been fast. Let's see where he's going to land on this list, because he is going to make it on the list, I believe. We're going to actually start him about, shit, let's just start him right here at number 6. We're going to put him against number 6 on the list, but I think that's probably kind of close to where he's at. What kind of cars did you send, Mike? Come on, let your secrets out. Just messing with you. Alright, race number 1. Here we go. Man, he dogged him. 73. That's crazy. It's the fastest time I've seen. He's getting close to like number 1 or 2 range. Running like that. Race 2. Here we go. Right around him. Nope, not quite. But he wins on average, moving on up. How about that? So he goes ahead of him, which means that Pro Circuit Mark Martin is out. It is a 1-car deal, Peter B, but he's hosting 2 months of races in the same weekend because it got behind when it went to League of Speed. He didn't run them for a couple months, so we still have to do July and we have to do August, and MDG's gonna run both months there, so you got to send in 2. All right, number 5 spot, that number 28, trying to fend off that 43. Let's go. Woo. 73 to a 75. Like I said, these cars can be quick. Plastic base, only 42 grams. Man, it's quick. A Lancer and a Matchbox Hummer, huh? That's interesting. I've actually built a couple Matchboxes that are pretty quick, so they've got potential for sure. And shit, what was the time in the first one? 5 dots quick. I think on average it said STP just went around him. If not, we'll go back on the video and change it, but I think he did. Number 4 is the Kool-Aid car. Oh yeah. Can he fend off this guy? I don't know if he can. Yeah, my first really elite build ever was that car, F-150, on 5 dots. So, I know what you mean. Race 1. Wowza. The first 60s we've seen a 69 to a 73. Let's swap him over. Yeah, at a 69, he could still lose on averages, because he's only 4 1,000ths behind. Number 43. And Kool-Aid. The fast Kool-Aid, because obviously they aren't all fast. Race 2. Get it. Oh yeah, he held him off a 66 to a 76. So he stays where he's at. But we did get a new number 5 NASCAR. It's pretty cool. And since you boys hung out the whole time, I'm going to show you my axle jig that I use. Try to do a video on this here pretty soon. Let me get this tripod over here. Later I will race those off camera and place them somewhere. If they can make it on the list, we'll find out. 1 second. Let me grab the little jiggy jig. I think I got a couple in here. Show you how they work. Alright, I do have one. I have a couple actually. Nice. Yeah, them 5 dots are good. I mean, just like any though, you can have good ones and bad ones. So, alright, I'm just going to show you a quick example on this thing here. The red pill axle jig. First time ever seen on YouTube, giving out my secrets. I must be needing some sleep. But they're pretty damn basic, pretty easy to build. That's what it is right there. And you can do different heights depending on what you use, and you need a couple rubber bands. You need the thin ones like this. I got a couple different sizes. Got the bigger ones and smaller ones. For this one, of course, you'd use the smaller ones, and for this one you'd use the bigger ones. But it's super easy. I like it better than the other style. I've made a few of the other ones too, which they work. The ones like League of Speed uses, that's on Redline Derby. I believe that's actually his design. Me and old David do a lot of things exactly the same. I'll show you on this car how it works. Grab a couple wheels. Super easy to make. It just has one screw in it, turns like that. You got to have some grooves on the bottom. Well, you don't have to. I like to have them because it keeps it flat when you sit it down. But grab a couple wheels here. Just grab out of my 50th stash. Let's see which ones were the back here. Either get mixed up on this thing. Alright, so the wheels go in like so, and I will do a video showing how to make these things too. And it just basically sits right there. Pretty easy so far. Everybody kept up with that. Put the wheels in it, you sit it down. Very fucking simple. So then what you do, sometimes I'll actually drill a hole in the middle of the base of this car, but you just take your rubber band, you put it around the axle, you pull it down through the groove, and you put it around the other axle. Once you do that, these thin rubber bands will actually fit right there between the wheel and the body. See, that one is not there. So you just want to work it down in there. There we go, we got that one. And then once you do that, you can kind of feel the tension here. Make sure they're equal tension on it so it's not pulling harder on one side than the other. Then you can see that rubber band is in between the wheel and the body all the way around. These wheels are fucking straight. They're gonna stay straight. You can drop it, whatever. You ain't gotta worry about it going nowhere like those damn axle jigs everybody else uses. Glue that bad boy down. You can carry it around with you. You can put it on a roller coaster. Them axles are gonna be straight. You can see by the body, the gap between the tires and the body. That's it, right there. That's the red pill axle jig. Feel free to use one at your own home location. Like I said, I've got different size ones. I've built a lot of them. These are just a couple of little ones I got in the house if I'm gonna throw some axles on something. But basically one, drill a bigger hole through this, put that screw through to the next one so that'll pivot. And how about that? Just think about that there, Mike and Peter B. Ain't nobody else showed you one like that, because that is a red pill exclusive until today. Well, I'm sure now it will be replicated and probably sold for $19.95. Maybe I need to be the one to do it for $9.95. Paint them up, make them look all nice and pretty. Yeah, dude, I tried so many different designs on trying to make an axle jig, and then when this just I was sitting out working on cars. That thing just popped in my head, and I was like, holy shit, I threw one together. Man, it's so perfect. And, I mean, sometimes you still have to look at them, make sure they're straight, see if this will focus. You can see the little groove here that the axle sits in at the edge of the body. Sometimes it will want to sit further back in that groove on one side than the other. But I mean, it's just a matter of, adjusting it a touch. But those things don't move, man. They just don't move. They are lined up. They are ready to go. No more effing up some wheels that you done polished and spent a lot of time on, which I have done so many times because they're locked in. So, boom. Hope you two boys like that when you build it. Hope you build you a couple of them. Hope they work out. Let me know. It's been over an hour at this point. I'm going to clean these up. I'm going to clean all that up. And I'm going to either build me some mods. Maybe I'll go ahead and make me one of these videos with this. I don't know. We'll see. I appreciate it, Mike. Appreciate it, Peter. Appreciate you boys hanging out. Good little tournament. We got a new number 5 car. And, well, it can, Mike. You don't, if the rubber band is so tight on that thing that you have to stretch it, then you want to go to the bigger size. That's why I got 2 different sizes, and it depends on, again, how big a piece of wood you use. You don't want it to be tight. I mean, that thing's not tight at all. It's hard to show, but it's not tight. It's just enough tension to hold it down, because if you have to stretch it too much, if you put too much tension on it, you can bend the axles, but you don't want it to be super tight. That thing's super super loose. It's enough to hold it there. It's not going to go anywhere, but I mean, it easily can be moved. There's not a ton of pressure on it. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to move that things down. So we'll see how many people start using these bad boys. Red pill axle jig. Yeah, man, I'm glad I could share. Glad I can help you boys a little bit with your mod situation. A lot of people just starting out, so especially if you hung out watching me run my mouth for an hour, you definitely deserve a tip I ain't never gave out, and that's it. So I'm gonna get out of here. Till next time, boys, be fast or be last. Ha, Red Pill Racing. I'm out.